Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Bring Arts Final Fantasy VII Cloud Strife. I haven't reviewed a Play Arts Kai or anything from Square Enix in a very long time, but I had to get Cloud, and I might get the rest of the crew for Final Fantasy VII. I had to get Cloud because of Smash. I was hoping he would be in scale, we'll talk about that. But also, Final Fantasy is just such a classic, and their figures look so damn good. I had to. So, am I going to be disappointed? These figures are ridiculously expensive. Is it worth it? I don't know, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, so before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package real quick. It's not like, for those of you who haven't been into the Bring Arts thing, it's not like the Play Arts packaging where there's a window or a flap with a window. It is just cardboard. So that's okay. This reminds me more of a package for like a garage kit or something. But it's weird that it doesn't have any window at all. Nice enough image of the figure, that's fine. It's cheaper to do it this way than to have a window, but I would rather see the figure. For those of you collecting in-box, let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely not an in-box collector, but the sides are garbage. You can't stack them sideways, and I know a lot of people do that in bookshelves. That's like, you might as well just not have anything. You basically do have nothing. Back is okay, a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, and then just a little bit of the useful stuff. One of the worst packagings I think we've seen in a while. This is okay, but it's not a window or artwork, so I don't really care. I don't need a promo photo of the figure. Garbo packaging, honestly, for the price point. Speaking of which, this guy at Big Bad Toy Store, which is basically what it costs everywhere as far as I can tell. Obviously there's conversion rates and things like that, but it's $130 freaking dollars. Which is just absurd. I'm gonna put it out there right now. That's way too damn much. Is it a really high quality figure? I think so. We'll get into it. You'll see by the end of the video what you think of the figure, but there's no way it's worth that price. Not even close. Not even close. I'll tell you at the end what I think it should cost. All right, this guy stands to the top of his head about 5.5. If you're including the hair, it's over 6 inches. And that's going to be roughly, we'll call it 14 centimeters and then 14.5, give or take. Here he is up against Darwin. They are not 1/12 scale. I guess they might be because he's probably not supposed to be all that tall. Either way, he's not a Marvel Legends sized figure, which means he will fit in a Smash Brothers collection well enough if you wanted him to. And then, of course, here he is up against a figure that's even farther out of scale that would make no sense at all. All right, that's Marvel Select Captain America. Let's do a quick question of the day. For a figure like this guy, it's not necessarily Cloud here or even Play Arts, whatever. If a figure is ridiculously overpriced, are you just immediately gonna nope? Or are you gonna consider it based on what the character is? And if it's a good enough figure that you'll like the figure and just be able to forget about the price point, will you get it? I do that sometimes. Every once in a while, I'll be like, I know it's not technically worth it, but it is a good product still, and I want it, so I'm just gonna get it, and I'll just bite that bullet. But other times, it's just like, no way. There's no way if it's too absurd. This is close to that, but we'll see. I do think it's a really high-quality product, so let's get into the aesthetic. It's very nicely done. You can see the eyes are really nicely detailed. Get it in a little bit closer. Very nicely detailed. The hair does have shading and a really clean sculpt. A nice matte, flat satin, depending on where you're looking, finish on this guy. There is shading around. I wish it was a little bit better. Kind of light on this side and heavier on this side. But either way, it looks good. It's clean. Nice matte finish. There is shading around on the skin tones. I don't know how well that's going to show up. It's very subtle. But yeah, it looks good. So I don't have any problems with the figure. I mean, like, we're going to review it, of course, but the price is just absurd. So for me, I was hoping the figure would be good enough for me to be able to just kind of forget about the price. And it might still be, I don't know. Love the shading in the pants. The details in the boots are nice. So yeah, it looks generally really good. I think the sculpt is solid. It's a little bit weird. Like, you don't want pants to be symmetrical, for instance. You don't really want much to be symmetrical when you're sculpting. He has a big bulge over here that he doesn't have on that side. So that's a little strange. Unless that's a character design I don't know about. They gave him a real big bulge right here. Not where you would expect a bulge to be. That's strange. So okay, so it looks good. Aesthetically speaking, price notwithstanding, I would give this like an 8.5 or 9. For the price, it's going to be a 7. For $130, I shouldn't be able to point out anything that doesn't look good. The shading on the purple for the shirt is not great for the chest part. And then, of course, that bulge is just weird, but whatever. So yeah, the price is going to hurt this thing a lot in the reviews. For this whole thing, I'm going to give you just as the figure, what it would be, and then with the price. All right, so for accessories, no alternate faces or heads, nothing like that. For hands, you get the 2 fist hands that come out in the package. You get a set of open hands and a set of gripping hands. And then you get his sword. So he can hold the sword, obviously. He can also go on his back. You get a little peg for that. And you get a display stand to help him do posing, which is fine. It's a decent enough display stand. So accessory-wise, price notwithstanding, this is going to get like a 7. It's okay. It's enough hands and a sword and a stand. Okay, fine. Don't need the face. $430, I need more. I need a slash effect. I need a energy effect. I need a face. I need hair. I want more. Like, all of those things could easily fit into the price point. So for the price point, I'm going to say accessories get a 2 out of 10. Way too expensive for such a paltry assortment. All right, now it's time for the articulation. A lot of this we're going to be figuring out together because I just opened him up for the review, right before the review. All right, ball hinge neck. And it looks like... Is the neck itself? The neck itself doesn't appear to move, and if you look in there, there's like a gap. What's going on there? If it's not articulation, that shouldn't be like that. It looks to me like the Square Enix quality control and design department still aren't quite up to snuff. Alright, so we have a ball hinge neck, which is definitely not ideal, especially for somebody with all this spiky hair. Just give me a ball peg to move around. That's going to be really annoying to do the shimmy to get it to do things. Alright, so that kind of blows. Shoulder pad is connected on a little ball hinge. That's nice. Can he raise his arm properly? Oh no. He can't? Alright, on this side he can raise his arm no problem. That's good. I like that. On this side, because they connected the ball peg, that's the dumbest thing. Why would you put it there? Okay, so at first glance it's nice that it's articulated, but the spot they put it, he can't move his arm. What the frickin' heck? Flippin' heck, sorry. What the flippin' heck? He can't raise his arm. Can he rotate his arm properly? Let's try it on this side first. It's just a ball peg, so you can see that ball peg in there. So it should rotate no problem, yeah. It's nice and stiff, that's good, that's what she said. This one, it'll work too. You have to be a little more careful with the shoulder pad and whatnot. But it's there. It's okay. So you can move the arm around on that ball peg, but what the heck? Why would they not want him to raise that arm? So annoying. Luckily he holds the sword in this hand, but still, what the heck? Alright, ball hinge elbow, which is not the best looking thing, but you do get solid range out of it, so no big deal. That's going to be your bicep swivel as well, unfortunately. I mean, you're going to get some out of up here, but not a ton, just a little bit. They're doing way too basic articulation for the price point, especially where it's super limited too. Ball hinge wrists, that's always fine. It's whatever, you get limited range, but that's fine. For the torso, it's really limited in range. It feels like it's just a single ball peg at the top and at the bottom. He leans over that far. And he leans back that far. So it's pretty limited. Side to side is very limited as well. It's not terrible, but it's okay down here. It's nothing impressive, and you get your rotation. The belt is floaty. So like, it's not terrible, but it's not good enough. Oh no. They are doing drop down hips as well? Oh, you don't need that. You already have a soft floating crotch piece. Alright, so he can kick high, but he does have the drop down hips. And in order to kick high on one leg, the whole crotch piece has to float, which means that other leg is just gappy as all hell. Let's see if we can push it up. Yeah, that's okay. Like, it'll do. As far as drop downs go, it's okay. I definitely would prefer it not be. This happens all the time. I didn't mention it yet because I forgot. As soon as I took him out of the package to hand him to my daughter to let her play with it, she always inspects everything first. I ripped his leg off. It pops off so easily. And then, oddly enough, the 2-year-old didn't have any trouble not popping the leg off, but they pop off too easily. Going out to the side, you have to tuck things to get it to work. Oh, it's not connected. So yeah, he doesn't go out to the side very well at all. Oh, bad hip design. Not a good design at all. And why is this one so lumpy? See the lump? Weird. So I guess they're still doing the kind of things that made me stop collecting their line in the first place. The PlayArts Kai line, I loved that line of figures. But then they got ridiculously expensive, and the QC and design went out the window. Alright, let's see how the knee works. What? No. No, they didn't even try. They didn't even try. Oh my goodness. For $130? They couldn't do a better knee than that? Ibuki, Street Fighter, PlayArts Kai, $60 when it came out. Better knee than this, baggier pants. Bigger figure, twice the size. That is hot freaking garbage. Decent enough range, of course, fine, whatever, a little better than 90. What is that? There's no excuse. No excuse. Alright, for the ankles, that piece doesn't move. Decent enough range, I guess. It's okay. Oh, you can't even rotate the ankle to get a proper ankle rocker because of this. That little nubbin sticking down on the boot. So, quite limited range for no real reason. I'm noticing now also the browns don't match from here to here. The top part doesn't match the bottom part. Not super noticeable under normal lighting, but still. Alright, let's check the toe hinge. Giant gap, doesn't need that. Stop doing that, companies. You don't need that design. Alright, it's stiff enough so it'll work, but that's what she said. But it's not... Wow, okay, for $130, I am thoroughly disappointed with the articulation. Ah, man. Should I keep reviewing this line, guys? Do you want to see the other characters? Let me know in the comment section below. Or should I just stop at Cloud? That way he's in my Smash collection, and I'm done. Or should I go ahead and get the other ones? Let me know what you guys think. Articulation on this guy is going to get a 3 out of 10. For that price, it's terrible. For not that price, it's not good. 5 out of 10. Okay, so let's do a final verdict on this guy. I do think it generally looks good enough. It looks pretty solid. If I didn't know how much it cost, I'd be happy enough to own it. The articulation's pretty bad. The aesthetics definitely good enough, and the accessories are acceptable. And those are all under if it was a good price. So if it was a reasonable price, let's say $60, that's what I think this should cost. For $60, I'd give this guy a 7 out of 10. Perfectly reasonable figure. But for $130, it's a stretch to say it's a 3 out of 10. It's not a very good figure. So, yeah, 3 out of 10 is the actual final verdict on this release. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very disappointed, even though I was pretty excited when I first opened it. They really dropped the ball. Alright, there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. Once I get back to my normal schedule, I'll have videos every day but Wednesday. And I do have thousands of videos already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.